Two LaBella's looks. Today we got Tyler co-hosting with me today. A couple of topics we want to talk about. A lot going on in the NFL this week, surprisingly. Obviously, in the NFL offseason, just starting March right now. A lot of moves, teams bringing on new players. Rams got Trent McDuffie. We won't go too far into that, but I like the status of the Rams defense. They've been one of the up and growing defenses for the last couple of years since they won that championship where they kind of threw everything on the line to keep that team strong around Aaron Donald defensively. I like the Rams. They're staying strong defensively. A couple other moves, David Montgomery leaves the Lions, heads over to Houston. Tyler, this is the type of question we always like to play in this little game surrounding transactions like that. Do you think of David Montgomery highly, and would you say that there are a lot of places that he could be the running back one right now?
So they released Montgomery, or
they traded him, to my knowledge, to Houston, where he arguably will be the running back one over there because they have a guy who was a rookie last season, Woody Marks, who honestly could still be the running back one over there. But like David Montgomery is still probably like a decent caliber running back in this league. I'm gonna also eat my own question there and say running back stat rankings last season. Because I would also like to chip in here and say how many teams could he be starting on compared to the running backs last season. Like obviously like Bills, Ravens, Colts, Falcons, like there's no spot for him at the top there. But like there's a lot of teams like where it gets kind of debatable. Like you have Bears, Titans. Like depending on how highly view Tony Pollard, DeAndre Swift, even Rico Dowdle, like you're getting into lines where these are top 15 running backs in terms of yardage last season, but he could probably top them. So it's just interesting to see how that played out. A lot of things has to do with money as well, though. Like, I mean, you probably came across your feed as well. Stephon Diggs, who was just in the Super Bowl for the Patriots, just got released, but that's all like financial reasons. Like when I first saw it, I was like, damn, what's going on in the locker room? But he was just about to blow up his salary this upcoming season. So now it's a curious case of where he's going to go.
That's what they said, that it's for.
Yeah, I think his salary was just going to like increase incredibly. I mean, but also probably
definitely
the criminal actions going on too.
I can't see, that's the problem with the NFL. Like in the NBA, even though like last week I make my complaints about Adam Silver, but he still wouldn't like let that slide. Like when the allegations come, like you have to sit out, you can't play.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he got to play in the Super Bowl with domestic violence charges against him, and like it was just like a slap on a wrist for the most part, and he still got to play, and almost, if they played better, could have won a Super Bowl. That would have been absolutely ridiculous. Like I was praying on their downfall because it just didn't make sense. Like he's just not that good of a person, and it's just too much allegations. And then he's with multiple, he's another case where he's like, oh, they said he has multiple kids that came out this year, and he has another one on the way, and it's just like you're having an accusation that you were beating your housekeeper.
Yeah, there's a lot of drama surrounding him, so it's sometimes just not worth keeping a guy like that around. It does suck because as a Super Bowl caliber team, like I don't know how they're gonna fill that gap now. A lot of people are saying AJ Brown from the Eagles, which is interesting because it's a fitting team for him. He could be the star of that squad, but also have a lot of reliable options to take pressure off of him. Better options collectively than the current state of the Eagles, I would say. But obviously Devonta Smith is probably better than any current Patriots receiver left on that roster. But we'll see. Maybe AJ Brown will land there. But honestly, I'm looking at the running back rankings to circle back to David Montgomery right now. I would say that Montgomery could probably be running back one on at least 13 teams in the league, possibly half the league at this point, because a lot of the guys who were high in the stat rankings aren't even like too impressive of names. But even the Steelers with Jalen Warren leading that squad, I would take David Montgomery over him. But I don't know. Who knows how it's going to happen in Houston now? Double depthful backfield, and I don't know how the Lions are going to change the usage of Jahmyr Gibbs without Montgomery sitting there. But I do want to do a kind of our weekly WNBA update because you like to bring that type of firepower here. What's going on in Unrivaled this week? Are we looking at playoffs anytime soon?
So the playoffs just ended.
Ended?
Yes. So the Miss just won the championship. I had the pleasure of going to the semifinals game between the Phantom and Vinyl and the Miss versus the Breeze. So that was
at Barclays?
That was here at Barclays Center. I saw that last week. Great game. Or was it? It was this week. I literally saw it this week. It was Monday. Great game. Great energy in there. It was a very fun time. And so that was for the semifinals. And coming out the semifinals was the Phantom and the Mist. The Mist hit a They were both close games. It was very interesting, actually. I think the Miss won by a comeback win, and they won by like 6 points most. I think. Um, the Breeze kind of choked. The Breeze choked for sure, and it was unfortunate to watch. Like I wanted to be a close game. Like the whole time, I was like, I wanted to be a close game. I didn't want to be a blowout because at first it was a blowout, and I was like, I need it to be a close game because I want to be interested. Like I wanted to be. It wanted to be more interesting if it's a close game, but it just took off, and the Miss started making a comeback, and the Breeze just blew it, and the Miss went to the finals,
Yep.
and the finals was on Wednesday. So yesterday night it was the finals, and I didn't get to watch the game unfortunately because I was at work. But the Miss won, and Brianna Stewart, that's my big,
She's on the Mist.
yeah, she's on the Miss, and that's the forward on the Liberty. I'm a Liberty fan, so happy for her. I was rooting for the Phantoms, but I have to go rewatch
Which is
the
Kelsey
game.
Plum
Yeah,
squad.
Plum, Natasha Cloud, another one of my Liberty players. So
Boston was on Phantom as well. She's injured.
Aaliyah?
Yeah.
No, it was Satu Sabli. She's on the team and she's
Where
somewhat injured.
was Boston though? Because I just thought
Aaliyah
Boston is out,
Boston.
isn't she?
Aaliyah Boston
She missed
was.
the playoffs of it.
I feel like she was on the Hive or some other team. She wasn't on one of those teams. Look that up for you. But yeah, that was the finals. I really need to go watch the game and see what happened. But it was a really good season. Really great. She was
Phantom, yeah.
Oh, really? Wow. Aaliyah Boston? Wow. And Satu? That's crazy.
She was just ruled out the rest of the playoffs, yeah.
That's crazy. I'm not the biggest fan of Aaliyah Boston, me personally.
What team did she even play for in the WNBA again?
Fever, Indiana
Fever? Oh, okay.
Yeah, she plays with Clark. I don't really like Clark that much either.
Sheesh.
It's not I have a problem with Clark. I have a problem with Clark's fan base. I don't like Clark's fan base. They're gross. Not the best people. It's kind of weird.
Finish that.
Especially because like Indiana is like fine, with like Tyrese Halliburton, like it's a good time being an Indiana fan. But the way how they handle her is just a little weird. But yeah, I really need to go rewatch the game because I missed out. But it was a really good season, good turnout. From the New York game alone, I saw reported out the gate they made $1 million. I think just off sales, not even merch. So that's really good. Sold out, and for a 3-on-3 league selling out in Barclays, it's pretty impressive because I can guarantee you the Nets aren't selling out every night.
Now, where do they when does the WNBA season start?
In the summer. So honestly, actually, yeah, in the summer, but like in the beginning, like
is it post NBA finals? Yeah, right.
I feel like it's pretty much post the NBA finals, and then it's like right after that. So like basically once March Madness ends, the draft is like a week and a half later, and it's here in New York every year. So after that, after draft is then the draft, and then they have I don't think they really have a summer league, but like they have a break, and then they like get to practice the teams, get blase, and then the season starts in like June. I feel like, yeah, it's always surprising how fast the draft is after March Madness. It always feels like it's super quick.
Yeah,
in comparison, but like the season starts in the summer compared to like the NBA of the summer league, and they have to go to the NBA. I don't really think the WNBA has it, but in the NBA, they have the draft combine, they have the draft, and then they have so much time till the season starts back in pretty much season starts in September, October for the men's. So
I mean, I like that they have it. It's weird thinking about basketball in the summer at a professional level, but it's nice that they keep it separate from the men's to kind of maximize the.
Yeah, but it's honestly, it's kind of great actually. It gives you just like the NBA season is over, and it's like now like I still have more basketball to watch, and like it's so much easier for me to stay up to date with the WNBA. Like I still want some changes, still want more teams, and more teams are coming, which is nice. There's like 3 new teams coming by like 2028. There'll be 3 new teams still. I think this year Toronto has a team that's going to be this year. I'm pretty sure. I think I could be wrong.
They only have like what 12 teams?
I think 13 right now because they brought in the Golden State Valkyrie last year. So it was 13.
So the conferences just aren't balanced right now.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but like it still works playoff wise. And then it's gonna be interesting to see how it grows. But we still got to get that CBA signed, or we won't have a season. So I need the commissioner them to get right because I do want to try and be there this season. You know, with here, and I feel like I can make it work here and whatever job I have, and um, definitely looking forward to the like coming off the unrivaled, like coming off this the success of this. I think the next WNBA season is going to be even bigger and it's going to keep growing.
I think it was a great idea. Yeah, it's definitely bringing some hype in, and like we said, like a lot of the viewership they're going to get is probably people that are like, this is the basketball we're watching right now because of NBA being done. Like, hopefully, the finals bring in some hype for the WNBA, and then it keeps that alive. So it's a good time to have WNBA in the summer.
Yeah, and I think especially right now, I think March Madness as that starts to get underway, especially in like the bigger colleges, I think like again, women's is gonna probably dominate viewership wise over the men in March Madness. With just like teams like LSU, um, unfortunately not USC because I still don't think Juju's playing yet.
South Carolina,
South Carolina is always a powerhouse, and then there's this
UConn.
UConn, of course, they went undefeated this season. And there's this one girl. She's named. I think her name's Audie Crooks. She's ridiculous.
Is that Iowa State?
Yeah, I think so. It's a red jersey.
Yeah.
She's ridiculous. She don't play no defense, but like
that's been the problem. I've seen a lot of teams like just expose her.
She don't play. She's just too. She's too big, and she's like she's a force. Like literally, like get her the ball, she's gonna get a bucket. But like she's slow, she's big, like she's a cone. Like that in basketball, we call a person a cone. When they can't play defense, you're a cone. Because a lot of when you do practice, you practice a lot with cones and just dribbling and stuff like that. So we call you a cone. That's a free them going by a cone, get a bucket. But yeah, she's putting up numbers right now in college, like ridiculous numbers, like points and rebounds wise. But yeah, that's the only problem. Like I think she needs to shed a few pounds so she can be lighter on her feet. Like no disrespect, like just to be lighter on her feet so she can move more.
I mean, they're probably on her for that. Like that they were trying to break her down a little bit.
I don't think they are. You know, when you have someone that's dropping, it's kind of like a Luka situation. Like they were like, oh, he needs to lose weight, but he's averaging 30. So like, what are we talking about here? But like, she's basically averaging. I'm pretty sure she's averaging 30. So
honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
That's just my nitpick. Like, you know, it would be better if she can play defense, she's going to be unstoppable.
The thing with women's college basketball that I found is that it seems pretty top heavy. Like every year you're seeing the LSU, South Carolina, UConn trio. Like that's a staple. And I feel like with men's basketball, like the one seeds are changing up a little bit. Like Duke all of a sudden fell off the face of the earth and wasn't a one seed for a while, but now they're probably going to be one seed back this year.
Yeah.
And things kind of switch up a little bit. And then it's like, oh, you might find a surprise.
Was Duke one seed last
year? The Final Four.
Cooper Flag?
I mean, it would make sense if they were, but
I don't usually know college standings. I know, but for basketball, like there's always a sneaky team, but it's usually, you know, Vanderbilt, UConn, North Cal, Duke, Kentucky, USC sometimes.
Auburn was a 1, Florida, Houston, and Duke. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But yeah, I just feel like it switches up. Like Auburn was a 1 last year, but now Auburn is like a 500 team right now. So things are a lot easier to change up in men's basketball, I've found at least. And I think UConn is going to stay steady. Like they keep bringing in these decent names. And I mean, Azifut is in her final year, I believe.
Yeah, so she's going to the draft.
Yeah,
she's probably going to go number 1 because I don't know anyone. I think this is Flauja's last year.
Oh, where does she play again?
LSU.
Indeed. I forgot about her, actually. That was another big name.
22, so this has to be her last year.
When is the return of Juju Watkins?
Probably next year.
Not until next year,
yeah. Yeah, I don't think she's coming back this late in the season. It's kind of hard to just come back right in the playoff, basically their playoff time, and expect to like really. Oh, this is Flauja's last season too, so she's gonna go top 5 probably. I got to see like the other girls. Like I got to see who's doing well and like the other big schools in South Carolina, and there's probably gonna be like 2, 3 girls out of UConn that are graduating. I do like that though. I kind of do like that. And then the women's side, like they're a lot more developed going into the league because they play for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind if you could do a one and done, but like I do support these athletes getting their education, especially as like in the WNBA is a lot less paying. So it's good to have that education just in case. Even though for sports in general, like it's always good, you know, NFL, basketball, it's not always a guarantee that you're gonna make millions. Like even though you get paid well in the NBA, like you get that rookie contract, or if you go to the second round, like your money's not really guaranteed. and you're not getting as much. So it's good to have that degree. So I kind of support people developing more in college, and it could always help you be a better athlete and player in when you make it to the league.
I don't know if you saw the news yesterday of the guy. I'm not gonna say this right. AJ DeBonsa from BYU.
Okay.
He's in first or second. I think his first year there, and everybody's talking about how he's gonna be a top pick in this draft for the NBA. But he came out yesterday and said, "I got to talk to my mom and figure out because she wants me to finish my education." And it was kind of split reactions on whether he should continue because obviously he's going to make a lot of money as a top pick in the NBA, but he's also making a lot of money right now.
Literally,
So things
yeah.
have changed so
That's
much.
another thing with NIL. You really don't have to rush to go to the
Yeah,
league. Like a lot
exactly.
of like if you can market yourself and you're gonna go in the first round, you predict the first round, you could just if you just get an agent, have them reach out for you, you can make so much money off endorsements and NIL. Then you just and if you want to be that guy, you could just drop the agent after you got that door in, pay him for a little bit and then you just get rid of him and then because now you have that entry and you got that money, so you don't have to, pay that like 5-10%.
We've seen NIL delay a lot of entries to the league, especially in football as well. The Oregon QB Dante Moore that just did it a couple months ago said like, "All right, I'm not going to even bother heading towards the league now." I mean, there were other reasons to it, but he wanted to keep working for Oregon.
Yeah, and it's
But
like it's not a guarantee that you're gonna get in and you're gonna be good. Sometimes it takes time. So why not keep playing well and building your draft stock right now in college and get your degree and still get paid and make millions, and then you can go to the league. Like,
I can't even imagine how things would play out in this sense with guys making NIL money. And if Adam Silver ended up pulling away the draft, like that would be a crazy scenario where you don't know who is going to stay around.
yeah, it's just that wouldn't make any sense. Like if you pull the draft and these kids are already making a lot of money, before growing up, a lot of people when you come from poor and you come from the struggle, like you had to make it. You had to get your parents out the hood. You had to change your life around in basketball or whatever sport you were doing. Getting to league was that avenue. But now they have like overtime elite with these kids, and I
Hmm.
feel like these kids are like pretty much well off when they're in there. And in college, it's so easy to be profitable with NIL that there's just there's like kind of a lack, not like a lack in hunger, but that's one thing I liked. Like VJ Edgecombe, on the Sixers,
Yeah.
he was talking about like, coming from, being poor and like there's still people out there that have to really get out the mud and, they gotta make it. I don't know how he did, college wise to like
He's
promote
actually
himself to get NIL.
somebody that might have only played 1 year at Baylor, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably had to take the money. Like the money wasn't, he wasn't as popular, but he was, you know,
Yeah, he was just a freshman. He went to the draft.
and what did he do? Like, what did he average? Because I feel like that was a really good pickup for the Sixers. The Sixers are really good at making draft picks. Joel Embiid, they drafted Tyrese Maxey, I'm pretty sure. They drafted
Hmm.
Edgecombe. Ben Simmons was good at first. That was their draft pick. Like they have a really good draft. It's just outside the draft. The maneuvers, the signings they make are poor. Like
Jared McCain. I don't know if you said that one,
Jared
but yeah,
McCain was really good. Unfortunately, they traded him.
he's cooking right now too for OKC. But they have like
He
a
is?
freaking
Yeah.
15 guy rotation. So yeah, Edgecombe was averaging 15, 6, and 3 in college. Now he's averaging
If it
15,
wasn't
6,
for
and
that,
4.
like your guy Knuckle and Hornets, like
Hmm.
he would kind of be my guy for. Why is this his picture on?
Oh, Jared
Why is
McCain.
that his picture when I look? Jesus. He's averaging 8 right now. But the problem is with OKC, that roster, like they have guards. Like how much average?
Yeah, it's crazy that
He's
VJ
shooting
Edgecombe is
40%.
20 right now.
Yeah, he's tough. If it wasn't for like Knuckle, who I don't really know much about, he would be my rookie of the year because I don't really know anyone else in the draft like that.
I believe he's first in the running right now. Edgecombe is third with Flag at 2. To my last update that I've seen.
Yeah, McCain shoots almost 40% from three, 41% from the field. His field goal percentage could easily go up, but it's just hard. He's coming back from an injury, and he was killing. He was killing last year's rookie before he got injured. Just come back from an injury, and
He was going to be rookie of the year, yeah.
and you're on this Thunder team with Shea pulling like what 35 minutes a game a night probably
Probably,
when he's
yeah.
playing. Like when he's playing, they're not sitting him out. But Um, it's hard, it's a new team, and I don't know how often he's gonna have the ball in his hands on that roster. You got Chet, you got J Dub, you got all these like players. Like you already have a 1-2, like a point guard and shooting guard that's ball dominant and they could score. So I hope I really would want him. The team sucks, but like he would be good on the Nets, you know.
Hmm.
It would be kind of hard to work with MPJ. He just shoots the ball too much. He just shoots he just they give him the green light. He just puts a lot of sometimes he puts up a lot of foolishness and then sometimes he makes that foolishness. The shot selection has always been kind of weird, but he's averaging like 25.
The
But
Nets are a squad that are hard to look at right now because
trust
now
me.
that they gave up on Cam Thomas too.
Yeah, honestly, I don't like their coach. I don't know what he's doing. I don't really know him. I don't really know nothing about him. I don't know how long he's been on the team, but I don't know why he still has a job. Like, I don't like his rotation. Like, I've been to a couple Nets games this season, and I've seen Terrence Mann never get in the game.
Mhm.
In the later half of the season, he just doesn't get in. Um, I don't understand his rotation with the young guys. Like Denham is fine. Like he's a solid rookie. He was on the rookie team. Um,
He had some really nice games. There's one game
um,
against the Magic a couple weeks ago where he went crazy in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Wolf is he's with Wolf, he just like when I watch him, like he just really has no bag. When he dribbles the ball,
He doesn't, yeah. But
I'm
I
looking
was
at you like,
surprised Wolf didn't play at all. Like the first maybe like 10, 15 games of the season. He was a high pick and coming out of Michigan. I thought he was gonna be a lot more involved.
yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. I don't like his rotations, the way he rotates people out. Cam Thomas at the beginning of the season was getting minutes, and then towards the later half, he just wasn't getting in. And Cam Thomas when he got in, he was gonna do Cam Thomas things. He's gonna be a nut. He's gonna do his little spin, his little half spin, shot, fade away, and it's gonna go in sometimes. Like he's still gonna shoot the ball a lot.
It
But
has been a carousel of coaching for Brooklyn over the last like decade. Like Steve Nash coming in, I was like, oh, that's really cool. That was like what 1-2 years. So it's been a lot of flip flopping, and the coaching has not stayed consistent at all.
Steve Nash was during the like Harden KD time
I
period.
think so.
Yeah, that was just like that. I don't think that was his fault. That was just like everyone was injured. You never had them on the floor at the same time. Like literally, you only had them. You had them like 2, 3 seasons. You had them together, and they were only on the floor together for like 38 games total, which is ridiculous. There was just too much drama going on and blase blase, and it just didn't work. Like it could have worked, but you just needed to have them together. If you had Nick Claxton, you had a big, and you had a guard, a shooting guard, and a small forward. Like, and on paper, it should have worked, but they just were never on the floor together.
Now here's something big because we were talking about we mentioned the finals, talking about coming into WNBA season and all that. I want to talk about what your pick might be right now for a potential finals matchup with the NBA because something I find interesting is I had the Cavaliers like 2 weeks ago when we were having this conversation, and I was saying the Cavs are very slept on right now. It's just when Harden first joined the squad and they went to it was like after 2 games they were 2-0 with Harden, and I was like, this is a team Harden can actually really fit into. Donovan Mitchell's having arguably the best year of his career, very much under the marks. And Jared Allen's also been overperforming a little bit. Evan Mobley's back and healthy. This team could really be scary in the postseason and finally take it past the next step. I don't think they've made it past the second round since the LeBron era, if I'm not mistaken. But here's another interesting piece here. I want to talk about the Boston Celtics as well. And I'll let you give your take on both of these. Celtics are second in the East right now, 5 games behind the Pistons.
Mhm,
Jalen Brown is putting up MVP candidate numbers currently.
mhm,
And now Jason Tatum, I believe, is projected to return tomorrow night. I don't know if that's still
mhm.
true,
I
but
I
for a
literally
guy that
just
possibly
opened
wouldn't
my
return this
phone to
season.
look at my notifications. It says Celtics star may return this Friday, less than 10, which is
Yeah.
tomorrow, after 10 months from his Achilles tear. Which is how long is how long is how long has Halliburton been hurt? It's We're coming up on a year, isn't it?
Finals were when? In what do they have in April,
May,
May, June,
May.
May? So yeah, it's been almost a year.
So it's almost coming for 10 months for him. So like, what did they give Tatum that he's about to be back? Like, what did they put in his leg?
It also is. It might just be the fact that like Halliburton has no intention of returning, with them having the second worst record in the league.
Yeah, definitely. There's no rush to get back, but of course you want to be healthy. But you think he's rushing to get back because they could potentially be a contender?
Honestly, it's possible because I think this team is underlooked right now. I still don't see a lot of people talking about Boston, but this is kind of a crazy year they've had for a team that a lot of people were saying this wasn't even a playoff team this year without Tatum and everything else they had going on. But Derek White's been having a Derek White type of year, and Jalen Brown's been putting up sensational numbers to the point where Jason Tatum coming back now, it is going to be very interesting how the rotations work. This is such a deep team too. If you look at their depth chart, guys like Jordan Walsh and Baylor Shireman, Sam Hauser plays like 25 minutes a game. Like this roster goes so deep, and then Peyton Pritchard can get involved where he needs to. I don't know if he's actually. I imagine he's still coming off the bench.
With Brown averaging 29 points pretty much, Tatum comes back. Do you think the team dynamic is still going to be as strong? Because like right now, Jalen Brown, he's the guy. So if Tatum comes back, like, do you think he's going to be able to go back to his old role of being looked at as like the second option in comparison to Tatum? Like, do you think he made his statement that like this could be his team?
I think that my assumption is that Jalen Brown's going to have the rock a lot more. Like Tatum's not going to be the go-to shot guy, especially since Tatum's probably going to start out not getting as many minutes as Brown. But it's going to be, again, just one of the best duos in the league, like right off the bat. So when you have that type of firepower and you can rotate them to always have one of them on the floor at all times. Plus, I didn't even mention the fact that Vucevic is coming off the bench right now for this team because they love Keita, however you say that name. He's also been very good this season, almost averaging a double-double. So they have so many options to turn to, and they're not even really feeling the loss of Porzingis, the guy that really took them deep in a finals run.
There's no way if Tatum comes back tomorrow that he's playing more than like 8 minutes. Because what are we talking about here? He's come back less than 10 months, and he can't play more than 10 minutes. Like he has to be on minutes restriction. He's gonna come back, drop like 8 points max, and that's gonna be it. There's no way. Like I can't see him coming back and putting up a crazy performance.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They won 13 of their last 15.
I think, I'm not going to lie, making my pick now, I think the Spurs are going to take it this year.
Really?
Yeah, I watched that Spurs team play live, and it's a really good team. I can't even lie. Like, because, like, I haven't really watched them all season, and, like, I didn't really know much about a roster. But, of course, they played against the Nets, and, you know, they're the Nets. But with this roster, like, first of all, I didn't know Harrison Barnes was there. So,
did you hear about his streak ending? How he played every game since 2021, and then this week he woke up from a nap and something was like pulled, so he didn't play.
Damn.
He just broke a streak. I didn't know that streak was alive. I didn't know like that wasn't promoted.
I didn't know he had like a playing streak. But
yeah.
Like, anyway, beyond, I didn't even know that either. He didn't even play, but that's crazy. I just like with Castle, Stephon Castle, he's really good. Like he's a problem. Like I was looking at him, he's so athletic. He's like a young Russ, but like can shoot the ball and is more not sneaky explosive, but like he's not on go all times. He's not just run, attack the basket. He's smart with his decisions. He could still shoot the midi. He's still athletic. He's still gonna dunk it, but like his athleticism isn't entirely what he is, but that athleticism is what also makes what he made him what he is. And then they have De'Aaron Fox. I'm a really big De'Aaron Fox fan, but like unfortunately, I don't see him what his role is on this team. Like he's someone that can go out and get 20 easily, but in the game I watched, like he was very like relaxed and he didn't really start scoring until the second half. And I'm just watching Castle just kill. And with Castle on the ball, who could also pass the rock, like De'Aaron slowed down. Like he slowed his game down. He's not he didn't play as the super quick guard that he used to be, where he was like that speed was killing.
Mm-hmm.
Then they have Julian Champagnie, who I didn't really know about, but I was watching him. He was gunning.
St. John's legend.
Oh, that is a Shane. I just saw that. That is a St. John's. So you know him. He was gunning. Like I was watching him. He's hitting threes. He's shooting. I'm like, God, this guy is nice. Dylan Harper, Ron Harper's son, he's on the team and he was doing well. And I'm like, oh, he's 20, but he's hoping. Like,
yeah, the guard talent is very dominant.
Which is deep. And I'm just like, you have guards to come off the bench, like that's gonna come off the bench and do well and play the role, right? And then of course they got Wemby, like he's
Mhm.
always gonna be a problem. But they had this guy, Keldon Johnson. He was is this what I'm talking about?
Got David Jones down there too, another St. John's legend.
They have Kelly
That's a good
Olynyk,
pick.
as a
Yeah.
Miami fan, I was surprised. I'm like, I didn't even know Kelly was on the team, but he don't really get minutes. But he's making 13 mil, so you gotta respect it. He's 34.
Yeah, this team is so quietly dominant. There's so much power in the backcourt, and then
Yeah, so they have Keldon
Wemby,
Johnson.
obviously.
He was a sneaky player. He's only 6'5", but he's kind of big, like he's heavy. He weighs 220. He's 6'5", 220. He was moving. I didn't even know he was only 6'5". He's a forward. He's a short forward, but he was a bully. And I'm talking about I was so impressed. He was getting some nice down low, grab the ball, slap the ball, drop step, bucket. I said, wow, I'm watching him get the lays, and I'm like, he's nice. Like he's making moves on them. He's just getting by his defender in the post. I'm like, who is this guy? He's tough. And I left the game. I'm like, yo, he's super tough. Like his game is really sound. Like he's like, he is like, I look at him, I'm like, that's Spurs basketball right there. Like this. He would have been great with Pop with the way he's playing. It's just,
This is Keldon.
yeah.
See, Keldon, I watched the game live a couple years ago. It was actually, I think it was when the Spurs were playing against the Harden Nets, and Keldon was that guy. Like he was a superstar of the squad a couple years ago, and now he's just not so much a relevant piece in a lot of these games, like coming off the bench pretty often.
Mhm.
I also just found Lindy Waters being fostered by the Spurs roster all the way at the bottom of the depth chart. Warriors legend. That's cool. But yeah, Keldon Johnson, his piece has his realm of this team has really decreased insanely. And I'm surprised Devin Vassell is still getting like 31 minutes per game because I thought he was somebody that dropped off a lot as well. I would always have had Keldon Johnson over him, even though Keldon Johnson's more of a three, but he's averaging like 8 more minutes than Keldon Johnson.
He averages 13 too. Like, but like it's nice, easy buckets that he's getting. Like it's really good. It was really fun to watch. Like I was very like ecstatic. I'm like, these are some tough buckets that he's getting. Like I respect the gritty, like tough bucket, like in the post, like in the league now, there's not a lot of post up, there's not a lot of post work. And so it's good to see that out of him. And he's to know that now, know that he's only 6'5", but he's a stocky dude. He was moving people and the drop step was nice. The roll off, the back roll off out the post was good. I'm just like, this team is a problem. Like they don't like everyone knows they're contenders and stuff, but I think they can take it and especially because with against OKC that they kind of win that matchup in my opinion. And with the way how the rivalry is between the Spurs and the Thunder, and it's really between like Wemby and Chet, which is hilarious to me. I don't see Wemby losing to Chet 4 games in 4 games. I think the Spurs sweep them this season so far when they played against each other.
I think it's like 3-1
3-1. Yeah.
Spurs. Yeah. I know they won the first couple.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's been dominant performances by the Spurs over OKC, surprisingly. But yeah, Wemby's just cooked them every time, essentially. Luke Cornett even has been like a really solid backup option when Wemby's on the bench. A great pickup from Boston. But this team has really just come together. I mean, Jeremy Sochan not there anymore. How was Sochan done in New York? Have you seen anything from him?
mm,
How many people game log?
oh, he's in the Knicks.
Oh,
Oh,
he's playing like less than 10 minutes a game.
good. I didn't like him anyway. He was terrible in the Spurs. I don't know what he was doing. He thought he was the guy when Wemby's right there. Like you got to just respect that. You got a 7'4" alien on your team. Throw him the rock. Like why are we not throwing him easy buckets? Like throw the ball up high, he's gonna get it and he's gonna score. Like what are we doing here? And he was a nut, and then he just didn't fit. He didn't fit Spurs basketball, and that was right before Pop retired. So I'm like, I'm looking at you like, what are you doing? Like this is why you're not on the team because what are you doing? That's not know your role. Like you got to know the team that you're on. Like they have a system. They've had the system for 30 plus years. And even now, like even when the systems changed with the new coach, I like the new coach. He's doing well. Like he brought the team back. Like the Spurs was mid like
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago. Now they're a contender. And I like how he's still it still feels like Spurs basketball, but it's a lot more interesting. Like, it's a lot more exciting because you have, Wemby and you have these guards that can go. So it's really good right now. Like I feel like their Spurs is in a really good place, and I think they could take it this year.
That's not a crazy argument to make. It's definitely uh, what opposed to the Spurs. What is your Eastern pick to meet them there? Is it Boston or no?
I don't know. The East, it's kind of hard. It's the Eastern Conference. People like to call it. It's kind of hard to tell. I can never know if the Knicks are gonna go all the way to the finals or they're gonna choke beforehand, or if the Celtics is even with Tatum coming back. Like I still don't know if that team can really win a series in a finals. Um, Pistons is a sneaky team. Like they're good, but like
I just don't see the Pistons in the finals this year.
I just don't
I said
think
the same thing about the Patriots in the NFL, and it's kind of a similar vibe.
I just don't know how they do in a playoff series, like after multiple games, like being able to go on the road and
Mm-hmm.
back home and being able to win multiple games in the series against playing against a team. Like Cade is nice, but I think they have Jalen Duren who's good, big, but like I just don't I look at that team, I'm just like, this roster, it's never really name wise never impressed me. Like the performance is always impressive to see that, a Detroit team, the Pistons, the team has been mid for God knows how long, is good, but they need more. Like I think the positive is that with Cade and them on the team now, like this is a better that they make this team more marketable for people to come in. Like that's the problem sometimes in the league that places aren't marketable. Like right now, I'm a Heat fan. Miami's very marketable, but we just don't bring anyone because Pat Riley sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now we're 33-29, almost 500. It sucks. Like I don't care what people say. We suck.
Yeah, I mean, Hero was out for a while, came back, nothing's really changed. I think he's healthy right now, but like Bam is not really taking like a
Bam is
bigger step.
But Bam is hoping like more than team real quick.
One guy who kind of like lost his potential a little bit, Jaime Jaquez. Like he came into the league and was like rookie of the year potential. He had to have been high in that rookie of the year race. And then I just don't know what happened in the last couple of years. He's not really getting those type of minutes.
Mm, I didn't even know we gave Tyler 31 mil.
Oh, Norman Powell though, I do love.
Yeah, he's nice. He's been cooking. Like he came out of nowhere and he's been cooking for us. So I do like that. But we just don't have a team. Like Terry Rozier, I don't know if he's been doing well this season.
Yeah, this bench is lucky pitiful, other than Khalil Ware.
Like Terry Rozier, like last year he was he's out. But last year he was cooking. Like
That guy might be in jail.
we brought him back and he was he was in the gambling thing.
Yeah.
We brought him back. We brought him in last year and he was cooking. I'm like, oh, this is a great pickup. Finally, Pat, we brought someone in for once. And then now he's just Norman Powell's cooking and he hasn't been playing and that's 26 mil. Like he's gotta go. Like if he is ruled out because of the gambling thing and he's done, like I hope we're not liable for that. Like I don't know, bro. It's hard being a fan for the Heat right now. Like I want us to prosper, but I'm just tired of coming and looking at these rosters and like we're so pitifully mid. Like we just have Bam and Tyler Hero. Like we just don't have no stars. I like Jaime, that was a good pick out of us. But like we make good draft picks, which is like a lot of our players. Like we'll have someone go undrafted. We pick them up and they'll start killing for like a year and then they like disappear. But
Yeah,
I like Andrew Wiggins.
Could be so much better with the starting lineup, but there's just nothing behind them.
Like we have a lot of players that aren't paid a lot, but I don't know who Simone
Fontecchio.
Yeah, I don't know who this is and why he's pulling 8 mil to score 8 points. He's from Italy, like, and he's out right now. Ugh, my team sucks. It's so depressing.
Yeah, this is a rough squad to look at. The depth chart is not pretty,
and we don't sign anyone. Like, oh my god, like we should have had Damian Lillard, but no, now he's back in Portland. I don't even know if has he been playing. Has Dame been playing?
Dame still has not played yet. I think he came back to the 3-point contest and then sat back down.
You don't have to do much. You just got to shoot. It was Achilles though. Oh, he must have not been jumping.
He cooked though.
He won, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Typical Dame. But he should have been on our team. He should have never went to Milwaukee. Should have never went through that disrespect on the Bucks because Doc Rivers is kind of mid of a coach now.
Yep.
He just can't get it done, and he's been pretty mid. Like he really was in his pocket in the Celtics, and he just never got his footing with any team. He just hasn't had that dynamic of. I think for Doc to prosper, other than the Clippers, he was with Kawhi in the Clippers. Was he there? Pretty sure he was.
Sounds
He
about
definitely was on the Clippers with Kawhi. He's been on Milwaukee for only like 2 years now, 3 years maybe. Kawhi's been there since like what 2019 because they won the chip in 2018.
Did he leave right after he won the chip?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
he came.
they won
he
in
was in-
2019.
He was in Toronto for 1 year. He
Yeah.
came, won the chip, left, which was dumb in my opinion. This Clippers shit was sorry for my French, but this being on the Clippers team was never been it. Like it's just so he's been wasted. Like if he stayed in that Toronto team, he could have built a dynasty. Like I don't know if they would have been winning multiple rings, but like he would have been in the finals contending instead of being on the Clippers and being bounced out the playoffs a lot.
This
Right,
Clippers
man.
team is like in the last couple of years something that you could actually like look at and smile. Like Zubac, Paul George, Chris Paul was supposed to be something like a helpful piece, but they didn't really want to keep him. Guard
I can't-
depth
I don't
wasn't like
res-
terrible.
I don't respect the Clippers. How they did Chris Paul, I've lost respect. And then you know how it's always been that they've been doing some sneaky stuff under the table with these trees with Kawhi. So
Mhm.
I don't respect that franchise whatsoever. Like
I thought they handled him terribly. Yeah, after the years that he gave him.
ridiculous, bro. Like you say what you want. Like he's at that age, but he still wants to win. He still wants the team to do well. And why is it that your coach? I lost respect for Tyronn Lue too. Like why is it as a coach? Like why can't you? Why are you not going months without talking to your athlete? Like man up. Like what's your issue? Unless he like really got disrespectful. Like what are you not talking to your athlete for? Who's just trying to put in his input to try and win because y'all wasn't winning. So what are we talking about here? Y'all was losing. So he wanted to try and switch that around. You brought him in for some reason. Like if you it wouldn't be you can't just like unfortunately like Chris Paul wasn't at the caliber of player that the Clippers really had to bring him in. Like he just bounced off his last team. So like he didn't have to bring him in. So he brought him in for a reason. Like one, like I guess, to help, give him his retirement year. But you didn't really stand on that. And then two, to help lead the team. He still can pass the ball. Like he's still gonna get you almost 10 assists a game. Like what are we talking about here? So I don't respect that franchise. It's really ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I think that was very stupid. I thought he had a little bit more in him, at least a year where he could be a veteran presence somewhere, a little bit of Udonis Haslem in him. But it's what it is. So I do want to take an unusual step away here from what's going on currently in the sports world as we usually cover and talk about something else. So do you play video games at all?
Mhm.
What console or PC?
Both. I have a PS5 and a PC.
Have you heard about the Xbox situation this week? How they're pretty much ending the Xbox console and giving up on it, probably.
Really? I didn't hear
Yeah,
that. I didn't know
so-
that. Really? No, I thought they delayed it. I thought they weren't. Last thing I heard, they delayed. They weren't rushing to get their next gen console out because they wanted to like get it right, kind of.
Well, I don't think it's official, but the reports this week have been saying the founder of Xbox is essentially saying like we're not going to really pursue Xbox anymore, which that would kind of blow up the console world because this ever going battle between Xbox and PS and PlayStation, like obviously this has been one of the bigger like brand battles. This is like some Pepsi Coca-Cola type vibe.
Yeah.
And is this damaging necessarily for the console world, considering like competition breeds excellence in a sense? And if you're a PlayStation now, Sony can, like, you've been worrying about putting out a better product than Xbox for years now and beating their prices and putting together better bundle packages with your live access, your multiplayer online access, and the game packages you can get. Now you're not competing with really anything. And this is kind of a monopoly of the video game world if Xbox actually just dies off.
See, the problem is it hasn't really been a war or competition in the last couple years, really, honestly. Like Xbox is taking a step back and been like, we're gonna give them Halo. We're making these things more inclusive. We're not having because Xbox never really hit the mark with the exclusive market. Like they couldn't really just drop good exclusive games.
PlayStation was hitting like Spider-Man games and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
They had the exclusive games on lock. God of War. I think they have MLB The Show. They've always had MLB The Show.
They had it first, but eventually Xbox got it.
Okay. But yeah. They just dropped the ball. CODs back in the day used to really be Xbox first. They used to get everything first. Like they'd get the DLC like a month beforehand or like a couple weeks before, and they kind of switched in the next gen. Like PlayStation was getting the priority when it came to like DLC, like promotions, ads. They just dropped the ball with how they did. But if they really do stop making consoles, that's going to be interesting because like there's still gonna be competition because 'cause they're making like Steam is making a console, and it's
Really?
like yeah,
I
they're
don't
making a
know.
console, and it's basically like a console PC. That's what they're marketing as that, that it's a console that, has a controller and stuff, but, like, it works like a PC. I think you probably can go on, like, internet, stuff
Mhm.
like that. But you used to be able to go on the internet back in the day on consoles. Like, I
You
loved
probably
them.
can, yeah.
I loved in my PS4 that I can go on the internet. Like, I'd go on the internet, go on, like, some websites, watch some stuff, and then in the PS5, they just took the internet away. It was weird. I thought it was dumb.
I just don't know how PlayStation is gonna change now. I mean, PS6 is dropping within the next 2 years, I wanna say.
I did hear that, unfortunately, I think some exclusives, like, I think the Wolverine game is gonna be, like, PlayStation only, no PC.
I'm not shocked, yeah.
I had read something that, like, they're making that literally a PlayStation only, like, they won't put it on Steam, which is gonna be kind of annoying because like, I don't really use my console that much these days because I can just get everything on my computer, um, and then, like, it's better for the most part, my computer could run games better. I don't have the best computer, and I definitely wanna get a new one, like, in, like, a year or 2. Definitely need to upgrade, but I need, like, RAM prices and stuff, like, to go down before I even start thinking about it. I got other things to get in life before I get a new computer, but
PC has always killed me inside a little bit because I was never like a guy that wanted to play on a computer, but every time I was watching YouTube videos back in the day, like my favorite influencers playing a game, it was like, "Oh, I really wanna play this game. It's PC only," or
mhm.
"This game I really would love to play with my friends. It's on Steam." And then you play stuff where they do mods and everything like that is only PC.
Yeah,
So a
yeah,
lot of the stuff I was really into, you couldn't play. And even today, I'm seeing stuff on TikTok the guys are playing. I'm like, "That's a sick game. I wanna play with my friends, PC
yeah,
only." So
same.
PC's had a lot of advantages and they've had a really nice market to play with.
Yeah, it's fun, especially, like, the indie games, like, um, a lot of indie games, like, you can get on console and, like, there's still, like, games you can play it on console, but, like, a lot of, the niche indie games are PC and on Steam, stuff like that, like, those, like, niche, like, horror games and stuff like
Mhm.
that, those are usually, like, PC things. Um, right now, the barrier entry for PC is, more expensive than it was, but, like, I do recommend getting a PC because it's good to have not even just for gaming, but, like, it's really it's always good for me. I always like having a mouse and a keyboard. I do, like, enjoy typing on a mouse and a keyboard in comparison to, like, my laptop. It's so much
That's
easier
fair.
for, like, work and stuff like that and, like, storage. Like, I can keep a lot of stuff, like, I keep all my even, like, the stuff we work on here in school, like, all that's on my computer, and eventually I'm gonna delete it because it's gonna start taking a lot of space for no reason.
Well, the PS6 could see generational sales in their first year or two coming into the market. That was the point I was going to make there because a lot of Xbox users are going to be kind of in a weird spot now wanting to switch over to PC. You want to find the thing most similar to it, and this is what some might call a war. It's breaking down a little bit if Xbox is actually giving up this early. I would not have expected them to not be dropping an Xbox in the next couple years to keep up with the PS6, but
Need to look.
it'd be a shame if they're actually fading off like this. But also, it kind of brings me to a subtopic here of the handheld games that were back in the day.
Mhm.
And with consoles, it's weird because you don't know how much longer this is going to last. Like, sure, PS6 now. I don't know if we're going to get PS7, PS8 with all the AI and technology that's being brought out. Like, you're not going to see such a standard, this big block that is a console on your shelf, and you have to plug in different stuff and use these controllers. Like, it's going to get weird where things eventually get to a level where you don't need a controller and you don't need all this type of stuff. So
Mhm.
I don't know how many more numbers on a PlayStation we really have, but what'd you pick up over there?
I looked up just Google, like, it just said the next gen Xbox is supposed to be late 2027, so, um,
I don't know if it's actually going to drop though.
yeah, this is a month ago on Reddit, and I don't know. I definitely need to do some more research because I haven't heard that, um
It's just been on my Instagram feed the last couple days, and I was kind of flabbergasted
yeah, but
by
this
it.
is all, like, a month ago, 3 weeks ago. This is a video talking about AMD confirms the next Xbox is on track for release in 2027 because, AMD provides the graphic cards. So we'll see. Or in and CPUs as well, I'm pretty sure. So I'm gonna keep updated on that. I have a YouTuber that usually breaks down gaming news, so he'll probably, if that's true, I'll see it whenever he posts his next video.
Straight to the source.
Yeah, but
What I was gonna say about handhelds though, were you ever a owner of any of the following: Game Boy, DS, 3DS, PSP, PS Vita?
Yes. We don't I feel like as a society, we don't know how good we had it with the handheld space. The handhelds they made were immaculate. I had the PSP, immaculate
That's tough.
system. Like the Vita was kind of mid, but the PSP, oh my god.
Well, Vita
like,
wasn't it just like you play your PlayStation games just on a smaller device, or am I thinking of something else? What was the
that's
Vita?
the portable now, the PSP portable.
Portable?
The portable drone they have now, like the handheld they have
Yeah.
now, is basically you're just streaming your PlayStation games on that. So
Okay.
it's kind of mid. Like the PSP was great. You know, the games were made for the PSP. You had the little disc and stuff like that. I had a DS. I had a DSi. I didn't have a 3DS. I didn't care for the 3DS. I didn't like.
Yeah, it wasn't.
like the
You were just
3D.
taking pictures.
The
And
3D the 3 thing was weird, but
Yeah.
the DSi
I
was.
love the DS.
I had a Game Boy. I had a DS. The DSi was that's my out of their lines. Like that's like my, even though people always say that's the greatest, but that's the greatest DS they made. The DSi for me. Like
I don't remember much of the differences of the eye, but
it was great.
the concept of Nintendo 3DS.
Back then, it's like you never know how good it was. Like even though you had your friends, like you had the little chat room, like you had your stencil, you was drawing, you was doing anything. Like it was really good. Like it was so much fun back in the day with those. And like it was portable, it was on the go. Like I still have my DSi now. I just need a charger, but I still have mine.
I don't know.
I wish I had my
with
PSP.
mine.
I wish I had my PSP. I'd buy one, like to have, to keep on me, like as a keepsake, because that's like sometimes people use it for like aesthetic, like they drop like a picture and they have their PSP on you, like to think they're like tough, but like I definitely would want it to just have again. Play Madden. I used to play Madden on that a lot.
I was big on the PSP and the DS, and then Game Boy which is a lot older. I feel like I did touch upon that for a little bit.
It was great.
Yeah, that was great stuff. I mean, Game Boy obviously didn't have as much versatility, but remember how tiny the games were that you were plugging into those consoles?
Yeah, you had the disc. You had the little disc. It was great.
Well, PSP had a literal disc where you slide in the back.
But you had
the DS was like a little square.
Cartridge, the square cartridge, but yeah, but like back then games were so small and it was great. Now games are huge. It's so annoying. Games are like 150, 200 gigs. Like, why is this game so much space? Like, it takes forever to download.
The state of Call of Duty in terms of storage
that game sucks. Like
ridiculous.
You just like every update 50 gigs. What
you have to delete your entire
like I can't have like if on a console, like if I have a 500 gig console, I can only have like 3 games max if I have a COD. But I have been off COD for years now because
same.
But it's just back then it's just like that shit was like 20 megabytes and it was a full game. It was great. Pokemon was in its prime, like the greatest Pokemon games ever was on back then. It was great. Like those were like the good days. Like handhelds, like they really missed the mark with the handhelds they're trying to make. Like we have to go back to making games for the handhelds. I don't want to stream games that I could play on my console. That's not what I want. Give me like exclusives for this game. Like I had I never played like Jack and Daxter. Like that, I never played
that doesn't ring a bell.
So this is a game franchise, Jack and Daxter. I had the PSP game. I never really played the console games. I never had that. But I had the PSP game, and in the PSP game, if you follow, it's like a sidelines in the main story, where you follow Daxter, and they get separated. So like they're like a dynamic duo. One's like an animal, but he can talk and stuff like that, kind of like a ferret or something like that, like orange and stuff like that. And the other one's like an elf kind of guy. But they get separated in the game. And I didn't really know anything about the story back in the game, but I loved that game. Like you'd go around, it was really cool, and you just played against him. And I never beat it. That's the problem. That's the thing I hate the most. As a kid, I didn't beat a lot of games, and that's where like I try to go back. I get like my little emulator, and I play games because I want to beat them. Because like when you think back as a kid, like you probably think like, oh, you were so sick of games. Like I was nice, and then like I'm like, damn, I didn't beat this game. I beat Pokemon. Like I beat everything.
I think if we go back, we'd be surprised how little progress you made in a lot of the games.
Yeah, like I was whack, but like it's different now. Like now I'm nice. Like now I'm a gamer. Like I'm like that. But back then it's just I think back, I'm like, God, bro, I never beat this game. I never saw how it ended. And like, what was I doing? Like I was putting a lot of hours in these games and I was having so much fun in these games, but like I never like finished a lot of these stories sometimes.
Here's a real world question for you. Should we still have handheld consoles like that in the modern day? Would that be better for kids than them waiting around playing on an iPad or having internet access, them just running some Mario Kart on a DS in the modern day?
Wait, repeat your question?
Would it be better if the DS and all these different consoles that are handheld were still being pushed out in our world today instead of a kid using an iPad at the age of like 8? Would it be better if he was playing a DS?
Absolutely. It's just with the iPad, it's like, they're watching videos, blase, blase. But even on the DS, like you can go on the internet in the DS. Like you could, I would, when as a kid, whenever I got in trouble, my parents took my phone. I had my DS right under my pillow. I had to go my DS at night, and I'd either like watch my DS or I gotta watch videos or play games, and then I just sneak it away. You know.
Damn, yeah. I mean, I can't speak enough on how good the DS was, but that'll be where we wrap it up. We'll talk more about consoles and the handhelds, I'm sure, next week because there's a lot more we can get into with the greatness of it. I also want to talk about sports games and how much that meant to you
Yeah.
and what are the best there.
I'm
But
down.
hopefully next week we'll be talking about the progress that Tatum has made and the explosiveness that he's added to Boston's roster. But we'll see when we come back next week.
Yeah.
I usually say we'll go to like 150.